Welcome to the deep dive.
Hey there.
Today, we are really getting into the source material around Grand Theft Auto VI, specifically all this information that's been floating around online.
Yeah, the alleged leaks. Lots of details popping up.
Exactly. So our mission here is to kind of sift through these reports, these details, and try to piece together what kind of game they're painting for us.
And what's striking, I think, is how specific some of it is. It's not just confirming, the big picture stuff.
Right.
It gets into actual mechanics, character things that, well, if they're true, could mean some pretty big changes for the series.
Absolutely. So let's unpack it. The sources confirm the setting we all basically expected Vice City. No huge surprise there, maybe.
Expected, but still exciting to have it sort of reaffirmed.
But the really interesting part in these reports is who we might be playing as. They point to two protagonists.
Jason and Lucia, is that right?
That's the names mentioned, yeah, Jason and Lucia. And what really jumps out is this talk of a potential relationship system between them.
And unique abilities for each one, too, apparently.
Exactly, which, raises questions.
It really does. I mean, dual protagonists, we saw that in GTA V, but this focus on their relationship and different abilities, that suggests something maybe more intertwined.
Yeah, like maybe their stories really affect each other directly, could influence missions, dialogue.
Or even just how you approach a situation depending on who you're playing as. It hints at something maybe more character-driven than before.
Okay, so let's shift from the who to the what the world and how you interact with it, because the gameplay mechanics being reported sound pretty intriguing.
Like what?
Well, for starters, they talk about a huge number of enterable locations, way more than usual.
Ah, okay, so a denser city, more interactive.
Right, and get the return of the 6-star wanted level.
Oh, wow. Okay, the classic chaos meter is back. Fans will like that.
Definitely. And even a weight gain or loss mechanic for the characters themselves.
A weight system. That's interesting. That leans heavily into simulation, doesn't it?
It really seems to.
Yeah, more buildings mean the city feels less like a set, more like a real place you can duck into or use. And the 6-star level, that brings back that real edge-of-your-seat survival feel. And the weight thing. That's physical simulation for your character we haven't really seen in GTA.
How do you think that might work? Affect stats, maybe?
Could be. Stamina, speed, maybe even how NPCs react adds a very personal layer to your actions.
And sticking with that simulation idea, the leaks also mention gore and dismemberment making a return.
Okay, so more graphic consequences.
Seems like it. Plus, a limited weapon carrying system. You can't just carry everything.
Right, no more pulling a rocket launcher out of your back pocket, maybe.
Ha! Probably not. And also, highly interactive NPC behaviors mentioned.
Okay, let's connect those dots then. More gore, limited weapons, smarter NPCs.
What picture does that paint for you?
It suggests maybe a push towards something a bit more grounded. Still wild, I'm sure, but grounded in its consequences.
Tactical, almost.
Yeah, exactly. Limited weapons mean you got to think about your loadout. More reactive NPCs and visible gore might make combat feel more immediate, more brutal, less arcadey.
So it forces you to approach fights differently. Maybe avoid them sometimes.
Could be. It sounds like a world where your actions, especially violent ones, have more noticeable tactical weight.
So thinking about you, the listener, potentially playing this, why does all this matter, these specific details?
Well, they point towards a game that's really aiming for depth, right? Scale, complexity, simulation.
Yeah, it could feel fundamentally different to play than, say, GTA V or San Andreas.
Absolutely. Imagine navigating Vice City, really having to manage your weapons, seeing your character physically change, dealing with NPCs who actually react plausibly.
How does that change your experience, the stories you end up creating just by playing?
It definitely suggests, like you said, less pure sandbox mayhem and more inhabiting this really dynamic, reactive world.
Okay, so just to quickly recap the main points from the source material we've touched on. Confirmed Vice City setting.
The potential duo, Jason and Lucia, with that